the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my fellow Dragon Ball friends. I, your host, Sam Ken, is back, and yes, I finally saw episode 11 of Anime War just a few hours ago, and I couldn't help but wanting to make a video and sort of give you guys my thoughts on episode 11 in its entirety. And then, as we usually do on this channel, I would like to talk about some of the things that I expect to see happen in episode 12, along with what we know Master has already confirmed is going to be taking place in the next episode. Now, before I continue, I wanted to make a very important distinction. A lot of the times people, when they watch this video or videos like this that I have created in the past, they tend to come here and kind of not necessarily critique the content, but what I would like to say is that I would want you guys to watch this video with more of an open mind. I have been doing this for quite some time on YouTube, and I feel like when we are anticipating for new content, talking about it a lot of the times when there's not new material to discuss, so kind of building the hype and the anticipation is just as important. So I would really invite you guys to kind of maybe appreciate this content a little bit more and not try to be like, you know, when or why isn't this the next episode. I don't know, I just wanted to say that because I feel like a lot of people take this the wrong way. So I really would hope that in this video, I basically want to see your thoughts, and I want you to express yourselves in pertains to the next episode and how you felt about episode 11, other than, you know, oh, okay, so where is episode 12? I don't have episode 12, and you can see from the title that what I am trying to do here is give you my expectations on the next episode and a review, basically. But I wanted to say that because I feel like a lot of the times people tend to misunderstand this content, so hopefully that's going to come across. But, you know, this was a great episode, and I will try my best to not take too much of your guys' time. If you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up before we proceed. Punch it, it's going to turn Super Saiyan Blue, as it always does. That would be great if you do that. Now, also, don't forget to subscribe, guys, and punch that notification bell. I will probably do a stream tonight, so I'm expecting to see all of my friends there. But without any further hesitation, let us proceed with the greatness that episode 11 presented, and some of the thoughts on episode 12 and how Jake is planning to wrap things up. Let us proceed right now. So basically, this is my first impression after watching episode 11 of Anime War, and it is wow. This episode was nothing sort of impressive. I feel like no matter how I try to compliment Jake for this one, it's never gonna be flattering enough, man. This is one of those episodes that you can't help but enjoy a great deal, and for the people that have seen it, they know exactly what I am talking about. This is definitely touching on so many DBZ nerves in a really flattering way, especially for the long Dragon Ball Z fans. This is a treat. This episode is incredible. I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen it, you're missing out on greatness. Literally, I have not seen something so epic in a really long ass time. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, Jake, my friend, kudos to you. You did a fantastic job. I personally cannot wait to see episode 12. And it is such a darn shame that it has to conclude after such a great episode. It has gotten so much better throughout the time, and it's a really important aspect of something, seeing it evolve. And when it comes to Anime War, we've seen that in spades. So when it comes to the actual episode, it basically kind of starts exactly where we picked up from episode 10, and we get to see the fusion of the ultimate warrior in a way. He becomes the darkness reincarnated, and Jake does a fantastic job in this episode of basically portraying him as as something that is basically untouchable throughout the episode, and you can definitely sense the vibe that this dude is indestructible. You cannot even lay a hand on him. That is just portraying and painting the desperation right there. I love it when there's desperation, and in anime war you find that a lot. So I really love the fact that we get to see the Ultimate Warrior, or however you want to call him, basically demonstrating just a small portion of what he's capable of. The amount of people that die in this episode, oh brother, it's not even funny. We get to see Ichigo die, we get to see freaking Whis die, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, because that was a really emotional scene in this episode, and it reminded me of when Vegeta sacrificed himself against Majin Buu to save basically his family, even Son Goku and everyone else. But it was another really impressive scene, one that I really enjoyed a great deal, was when he was fusing and everyone removed one of their earrings, and as if that moment was not intense enough, Jake did something really smart. Basically, we got to see every anime that people love coming together, because basically the excuse in a way was that, well, I can feel the entire multiverse shaking. I was a character that Jake has created, he said that, and after that we saw Yu-Gi-Oh! We saw freaking Hunter x Hunter. We saw Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. You name it, man. We saw everybody. It was unbelievable. I'm not even kidding. That was just a crazy moment to witness, seeing all those characters coming together in anime war. We saw All Might along with Midoriya. We saw Pokemon, Pikachu. Crazy, right? Can you believe it? I think that was just a shocker in and of itself while watching the episode, but it was great. I mean, that was not something that I expected, but it was very much indeed welcomed on my end, so that was a great moment. But then of course the sacrifice as well, seeing Geno sacrifice for Saitama, it was a flashback. I'm not gonna comment too much on that, because I feel like it is what it is. That's the fight that we've seen before, but that was, I think Jake must have went back, he polished the fight. It looked a lot better than the original animations that he had created back in the day for Goku versus Saitama. I really enjoyed that aspect of it, but I want to stay more so on the episode. But the flashback was great. I really enjoyed it for what it was worth. However, we see Genos sacrificing himself for Saitama, and then there's this beautiful scene where Saitama explodes in anger, and he's like, "You are going to pay, mark my words, villain." So we see him, he looks like as if though he's about to transform or something. We see this yellowish aura surrounding him, as if though he's about to ascend into a Super Saiyan or something, and then he barges in, tries to attack on the Ultimate Warrior. Then Beerus joins him and he's like, "What are you doing trying to attack him on your own? You're going to fail." And then two punches connect, and there is one being that is standing there unfazed from the attack. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it did not even put a dent on him. He didn't even budge anything. It didn't work at all, and the punch was very destructive. It caused for a lot of destruction of the scenery, so you can imagine the power that there was behind that punch. But unfortunately it did nothing, and this was a great way of trying to portray just how much more powerful he has gotten. I believe we said at some point that this individual now, that this being that you're witnessing now, is 1,000 times above all us. So that is freaky, man. That is the type of speech that get you hooked with a character and get you excited. Now, it was also quite interesting as to how Whis mentioned that at this level, probably none of us is going to be able to anticipate his moves. None, that is, unless for Vegeta. Whis flat out mentioned that Vegeta might be the only person that will be able to see his movements. All of us, the rest of us, are not going to be able to do that. So I found that to be particularly interesting, especially for Vegeta. And then, of course, there is this one glorious sequence in episode 11 of Anime War that stole my heart. My goodness. When it comes to a fan-made creation, this is unquestionably the greatest sequence I have witnessed in my life, and that, take it as to how you want. Some people might say that I'm exaggerating. I don't even care. Man, this was incredible. We need more moments like this in the actual show. Toei Animation, please pay attention. If by any means anyone from Toei has seen this episode or whatever, we need more desperate scenes like this when Vegeta is charging in and he says, I don't care how strong you are, I'm not gonna sit back and watch you make us toy like that. I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. And he comes in and he fires his final shine, and then everyone else follows with this finishing attack. Everybody except for Goku. Goku was just supervising. I don't know what was that all about, but obviously he did not. I guess he did not participate in that specific moment, but everyone charged an attack, and it was beautiful. It was godlike epic. That was a great moment. Of course, it did not work, and after that, shortly after that, the destruction of Ichigo followed, where he just sliced him in half. That was no bueno right there. This dude is not messing around. I am telling you guys, he's dangerous as Farge, and I don't want to start cursing here, but you get what I'm trying to say. And then, of course, the final scene of the episode, which was visually and, you know, in terms of like an inspiring scene, a really, really great moment. I know I keep repeating myself in this video, guys, but it's the truth. If you have not seen the episode, then you wouldn't know why I'm so excited right now. But go watch it, and then you're going to understand. You will join the club, I promise. Just go watch this episode, and you're not gonna be disappointed. I give you my word. So, of course, the final scene that I wanted to comment on is the one where Whis sacrifices himself in order to save his friend, his dear friend, Lord Beerus, which, you know, doesn't seem like so much as a destroyer god at that moment, because he actually cried. That is, you see the bond between Whis and Lord Beerus at that moment. Whis doing that, that was a heartbreaking scene, honestly. It's a beautiful moment, but also it's very, very sad getting to see Whis having to go out like this. He actually stood up for Lord Beerus, and he was like, it's okay, Lord Beerus, as he was crying. And this moment, guys, as I previously mentioned, reminded me of when Vegeta sacrificed himself against basically Majin Buu, and I will never forget the words of the narrator coming in and being like, and thus, in a vanishing flash of light, having made the ultimate sacrifice for the sake of his loved ones. His name was Vegeta, a proud Saiyan prince. I will never forget that, and I feel like this scene sort of repurposes that moment, because Whis made the ultimate sacrifice for Lord Beerus, and then, of course, Beerus losing his mind and trying to attack the Ultimate Warrior. I know that Audi Loki is responsible for creating this cut, and I will say that artistically, the moment that Lord Beerus drops the tear, and you see him, when the tear touches his foot, it becomes this raging fire, like the power within, and Beerus explodes in anger. I can't help but point out that artistically, my friend Audi Loki, this scene is in a different level when it comes to being creative. Wow, I bow down to you, sir. This was a moment that I personally, I'm highlighting in episode 11 as well, because this was freaking beautiful. Kudos to you, my friend. Incredible. Bravo, sir. Now, if there's one slight complaint that I have, is that I would love to have seen Lord Beerus' rage being realized at that moment, but Goku stopped him, and this was I guess the logical thing to do. Anyone with common sense would do the same, but I felt like Lord Beerus should have found a way to escape. You would think that after seeing Whis die like this, there would be nothing or no one able to stop him from attacking the Ultimate Fusion or Warrior, however you want to call him. But it's a shame we never saw that spark and how, what would have happened if Beerus actually attacked. We're gonna stay with a question mark. It is what it is, Goku did save Beerus, but that's if I have one complaint for the episode, that would be the only one. But now that we're done with the review, let's take a small portion of the video to talk about some of the expectations and the facts, combining with the facts, what we know so far will take place in episode 12, so we can wrap things up. It's coming up. Okay, so here, guys, I will feature some of my expectations on episode 12, what I would like to see happen, and then I'm gonna present you guys the facts, what we know so far, and what has Jake confirmed for episode 12. So personally, what I am expecting to see is episode 12 is Goku and Vegeta fusing to try to take out the Ultimate Warrior. I am expecting to see a mastered Ultra Instinct, either Vegito or Gogeta, whatever the case may be. I want to see this fusion happen in this episode, and if there was ever a time for them to fuse, we know that this is their moment, and why not maybe even adding Kaioken on top of it to, I guess, fully showcase the extent of the power, more so the power boost that the Ultimate Warrior has now received while being fused. And personally, what I would expect, and I guess more so what I would want for there to happen in episode 12, is maybe finding a way to resurrect everyone that died, because the Ultimate Warrior has already killed a lot of people, and I would want for the damage to be undone. So hopefully that can come across and we can see something along those lines. This is just my speculation, guys. I don't know that it is going to happen. I'm just saying what I feel like might take place in episode 12. I wish, my ultimate wish is that episode 12 would not be the final episode. But then again, I would not want to see Master Media overworking himself or getting to a point that he's just exhausted and he doesn't have any more to give. So I guess the reason why he's deciding to conclude it in episode 12 is because he also sees that this is taking up a lot of his time and it can't be done, so I can definitely appreciate that. But then here's what we know is going to happen in episode 12. According to Jake, ladies and gentlemen, we do know that the guards are going to fight the Ultimate Warrior in episode 12. We do not know if they're gonna defeat him too, but we know that the guards are going to fight for the very first time. We have never seen them fighting. Granted, we don't even know what they're capable of, but in episode 12, we're gonna see that in action for the very first time. Also, we know that this episode is going to feature some of the most insane fighting scenes in any fan-made animated content that you have ever witnessed, and we know that episode 11 did set a new standard. I feel like with episode 12, this is going to be re-established, and we're going to see something even greater than the previous episode. I'm expecting to see something like that, as we usually have grown to expect from these episodes. And then, of course, what I also know coming from Jake's mouth is that in this episode, he is going to bring in everybody that has ever done a cut for Anime War. All of these animators are going to come in for the final part, the final episode. They're going to give everything they have to basically satisfy us. And I know the outcome is going to be nothing but impressive. I have faith and confidence in Jake's skills. He has gotten exponentially better, and he said that he's going to take his time with episode 12. I have no issue with that whatsoever. The episode might even be 30 minutes long. We'll have to wait on that. He has an estimated release date of November, so he is definitely going to take care of the episode, and he wants it to be 10 times better quality-wise than anything he has released before. So taking the time is important. And that basically, I think, wraps things up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you watched most of it, if not all of it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up before you go. Punch the like button. It's going to turn Super Saiyan blue. I think you would like that very much. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content and punch that notification bell, guys. It's very pivotal that you do that. That is the only way to stay up to date with the content. But I think that's pretty much it, right? Also, don't forget to comment. Yes, I would want to see your thoughts. Express yourselves down at the comment section. Let me know how you felt about episode 11 and what is your feel about the final episode of Anime War. Let me know. Well, without any further hesitation, I am Sam Khan signing off here. Ciao. Adios. Goodbye.